I hate it when guys go to insult to a girl is to call her fat. It's like, wow, be a little more creative. You know, like I have a mirror, I know what I look like, but if you really want to get under my skin, try something more original. Like, hey, your credit score sucks. You're your mom's least favorite child. Your womb will be hollow and desolate like your heart and soul until the day that you're dead.
Aww.
It's like biting, but creative. You know what I mean? Because if a girl goes home to her roommate and she's like, oh my God, some guy called me fat. They're like, Tiffany, no, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're a goddess. Like, let's eat some ice cream and let's get over it. Like, you're gonna be okay. But if you go home and you say, oh my God, some guy made fun of my credit score, he said it was really bad. They're like, well, what's your credit score? Like, is it a 550? Like, what are we talking about? Like, can you buy a house right now? Are you okay? I also hate it when guys go to insult us to call a girl crazy. Like, oh my God, that girl's crazy. You're like, yeah, bro, like, that girl's like so crazy, man. Like, she wanted me to meet her parents. Like, I've only been dating her for 5 years. Like, what? Like, what a psychopath. It's like, do you know the definition of psychopath? Like, the chick that drowned her 5 children in a bathtub in Texas, that's a psychopath. Wanting love and commitment is a normal person type of thing, you know? I used to be really poor. Woo, no claps. I'm surprised. Like, what? No, when I was living in Chicago, I was so poor that I got a letter in the mail being like, hey, you qualify for food stamps. I was like, cool. But you know what? The poverty diet was the best diet that I've ever been on. Because when you're poor, you don't need willpower. You don't have money. So I looked really good, is what I'm trying to say. And to get food, I used to go on dates. I'd go on Tinder and I'd see these guys and I'm like, oh, he has a nice watch. I would love to be near you and eat with you and not have sex with you. So I'd go on these dates and they'd be like, wow, so what's a pretty young thing like yourself being single? And I'm like, am I gonna have the rack of ribs? Or the steak with the lobster tail? Like, ooh, a girl that can eat, I like that. Should I have the mozzarella sticks as a appetizer? I'd like to snack on you later. You're right, I should go for something healthy like a spinach and artichoke dip. Gotta get those vegetables. No, I did go on a blind date when I was in Chicago, which if you've ever been on a blind date, I'm sorry. Your friend's always like, no, he's like amazing, he's great. And then you're like, oh my God, he's a convicted felon. Like, what, were you drunk when you thought of that? No, so I go on this date and I walk into the bar and I see this guy sitting at the bar and he's waving at me and I'm like, oh my gosh, is that my date? He looks like he has a Werther's in his pocket. Like, that's how old he is. Like, oh my God, like, Father Time, what's Jesus like? Are you all right? But you can't ask somebody how old they are. Like, how rude is that on a date? Like, how by the way, how old are you? I'm 26. So I used some fun historical context clues to figure it out. Like, where were you on 9/11? I was in the 5th grade. Were you working then? Did you vote for Ronald Reagan? I heard he was a good president. I don't know, I was not alive at that time. It's like, did Johannes Gutenberg really invent the printing press, or is that a myth? You know what, but I should have known that he was really old, because 4:30 did seem like a really early time to eat dinner. And Denny's seemed like an interesting choice to me, so I should have figured out something was wrong. Have you ever noticed that the worst drivers have a Jesus bumper sticker on their car? It's like, what would Jesus do? Skip across 5 lanes of traffic. like they have a bumper sticker that says, "Choose life while they're nearly ending yours." It's like, God is my co-pilot as I don't use a blinker to merge into this lane of traffic. So I've been getting all these emails lately, or I've been getting all these Google ads lately about cremation services, and I'm starting to wonder, is Google reading my G-chats about killing myself? It's not that I'm depressed, like look at me, my life's amazing, but the problem is that every time I go to work, I lose the desire to live. We went to a goals meeting recently at work, and I was like, I'm gonna get some new goals. I'm gonna stop fantasizing about jumping from the second-story window. And I'm gonna start reducing the amount of alcohol I drink at work from 4 drinks to 2 drinks. My best friend works with me, and she didn't go to the goals meeting, and I was like, why, Britt, why not? She's like, I don't have any goals. You work here. You know. All right, that's my time, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Give it on up for Kate. Miss Kate, yes.